Adam woke to the sound of wind brushing against pine trees and the faint scent of antiseptic. For a moment, he didn't know where he was. His head throbbed, heavy and distant, as though his thoughts were floating somewhere just out of reach. The ceiling above him was unfamiliar wood-paneled, not the cold white of a city hospital. Then he saw her. She stood near the window, sunlight catching in her dark hair as she flipped through a medical chart. She looked calm, capable, like someone who carried responsibility effortlessly. When she noticed his eyes were open, her expression shifted instantly. Relief first, then confusion. "Oh," she said softly. "You're awake." Adam swallowed. His throat was dry, but his heart reacted like it had been waiting for her. "Hey," he said, voice rough but warm. "You scared me." Her brows pulled together. "I did?" He smiled faintly. "Yeah, I don't remember much, but I know you. You're my wife, right?" The room went silent. Ava Carter had delivered devastating news to families before. She had handled emergencies, trauma, and grief. But nothing prepared her for the way her chest tightened at those words. I'm not your wife," she said gently. Adam searched her face, unsettled. "That doesn't make sense. You were in an accident," Ava explained. "Your car went off the mountain road during a storm. You had a concussion. Memory loss isn't uncommon. But I remember how you look at me," he said quietly. "That feels real." Ava looked away. Adam stayed at the small mountain clinic for 2 weeks. The town's Cedar Ridge was the kind of place where everyone noticed everything, and everyone noticed how Adam watched Ava. He followed her with his eyes when she entered a room. He remembered nothing about his past. No family, no job, no life before the crash. But he remembered how safe he felt when she was near. Ava tried to keep things professional. She reminded herself daily, "This is trauma bonding. This isn't real." But then Adam would laugh at something she said, or hold the door for her with an instinctive tenderness, and doubt would creep in. "You don't have to stay here," she told him one afternoon as they sat outside the clinic. "Once you're cleared, you can leave." He shook his head. "Why would I?" She hesitated. "Because you had a life before this." He looked at the mountains, thoughtful. "Maybe, but this life feels right." Unbeknownst to Adam, his old life was being erased. In the city, his brother, Lucas Hale, stood in a boardroom wearing black. Adam Hale, billionaire CEO of Hale Industries, had officially passed away due to injuries sustained in an accident. The company mourned, the media moved on, and Lucas signed his name where Adam's used to be. Back in Cedar Ridge, Adam learned to live simply. He helped at the local farm. He drank coffee at the diner. He fixed a broken fence for Ava's elderly neighbor without being asked. And Ava, despite her better judgment, began to fall in love with the man Adam was now. Not the billionaire, not the legacy, just the man who brought her wildflowers because he felt like she deserved something beautiful. One evening, standing beneath string lights at the town's summer gathering, Adam took her hands. "I know you say we're not married," he said, "but I know I love you. I don't need proof." Ava's heart broke open. She kissed him anyway. The truth arrived quietly. A family from out of town stopped at the diner. The father froze when he saw Adam behind the counter, laughing. That's Adam Hale," he whispered. A phone call was made. By morning, Adam's secretary was on a plane. When the truth came out, it came fast. His name, his company, his brother's betrayal. Adam sat in silence as the pieces of his former life slammed back into place. Ava stood nearby, arms folded tightly, tears threatening but unshed. "I'm happy for you," she said, forcing a smile. "You got your life back, but it felt like a goodbye." Adam looked at her, torn between two worlds. I don't know who I'm supposed to be. She stepped closer. You're needed there. And you? He asked. She swallowed. I belong here. That night, Adam didn't sleep. By morning, he knew what he had to do. Adam confronted his brother, took back his company, exposed the lie. Then he walked away. Weeks later, Ava stood outside the clinic as a familiar truck pulled up. Adam stepped out, no suit, no entourage, just him. I remembered everything, he said, and I chose you. Ava laughed through tears. This time, when he said he loved her, it was real in every lifetime.